What's going on, y'all? This is questions to ask your agents in the interview process. We back again. Final offer, the ultimatum. This is not the Netflix. There's nothing to do with the Netflix show. Anyway, this final offer ultimatum, it basically forces the true colors of the agent. So sometimes agents come and they're like, let's sign today. Sign my contract. Let me work for you. Let me get to work. We need to do this. The market is happening. Players are being signed. Sign with me today so I could get to work. This is one way you can see. Again, some agents want you to sign regardless up front, but you could try. I'll give you a 30-day trial. You work unpaid. If I'm satisfied, we sign. If not, we walk away with a clean deal. Can we do that? So a good agent, a quality agent that understands business, they're going to counter offer. They're going to be like, look, I know these 3 options right now with jobs for you. So I want to sign now. Like, that's what we usually do. That's my agreement. Predators will guilt you or ghost you. And some predators might even say, give me 300 right now. And then if you get the deal, then we do figure out my commission. They come with all types of stuff. At the end of the day, you want to always ask the question, and you always want to, before you sign with an agent, when you're not sure about that agent at a certain extent of their network, the history of players they've signed and where, you want to kind of do a trial period. I always think it's the best. Like, hey, I'll work with you and I want to see how y'all work. And then who gets me the job, that's who I sign with. And actually, sometimes it could be somebody gets you the job and you sign with them, you do the deal. And they might be like, go ahead. I want the commission off this service I've given. But if you still, want to still take time, we go from there. So again, it depends on the agent. It depends on what they're looking for. But I always think you should ask the question and see what happens if they're open to a 30-day trial where they don't get paid. They shouldn't get paid because they should get paid once they do the deals. If they do a deal and find you a job and you sign, they get paid. So there should be no upfront cost. But if you're satisfied for how they've been working, let's say they're finding you jobs, you've talked to a few coaches, but it fell through. The coach chose someone else. That's not the agent fault. That's more so that you got to really evaluate why you're not being chosen. But if they're showing you and giving you insights into the market, etc., and they're doing their job in that regard, but you're just not getting chosen, that's showing they're providing value. But I think the key thing is to always do a trial period to just get to know them, see how often they hit you up. Did you want them to hit you up more? Do you want more access to more information? You have time to figure that out and kind of see how they work. And they can also see what you expect from them to see if things align. So always ask that question. These are in the WEVOLV app. Of course, you won't remember all these, but if you want them, get in the WEVOLV app. They will be sitting in your personal vault. These videos are also in the app on the feed, so you can keep learning and keep, really remembering this stuff. So when it comes time to start asking these questions to the agents, you're ready. That's my 2 cents. Appreciate y'all. Peace.